Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below. Good evening everybody, and welcome to the second round of the Dirt 4 Rallycross Championship at Apex Online Racing. This is season 5 and we are sure to have a very good one, because last week was absolutely amazing, some great talent shown, and we have seen the early drivers take centre stage, including our reigning champion Loheac Either, who took the top spot last week. Can he make it 2 weeks in a row? We will have to find out as soon as possible. So, hello everybody, I am Jess and I'll be your commentator throughout this evening's race. It'll be just me tonight, as always. And you guys can get involved in the chat by typing on YouTube, of course, because I will be interacting with the chat throughout the night. So that'll be very exciting. Now tonight is very special. We are at Loheac in La France, in France. And it was a coincidence actually, because our coordinator didn't know this until a tweet went out yesterday, that the actual real life Rallycross drivers actually raced in this track today. So what a coincidence. So basically the real life drivers and the Apex Online Racing drivers will be driving this. So this is going to be a very special event for the drivers, and they've been practicing quite a lot. It is a track which also requires a lot of overtaking, just like the last track in Hell last week. So I'm absolutely excited to see what these drivers have on offer today. So can Isa keep up his winning streak, or will someone else be taken out the field? We still have some drivers nipping at his heels, such as Serene Logic, for example, as well. So we'll just have to wait and see how they do. And yes, shall see it. So great. So we have got the first heat about to be getting underway. We got less drivers than last week. We've got 11. We've got one person that is missing tonight, but don't you worry, we're still going to bring you with all the action. So without further ado, let's get started with some action. So I'm about to join the first heat, if you excuse me a minute. Now the first heat is going to be a very close one, because first heat always brings out the best in the people. So we just have to see how well it goes. Now I need to get rid of this Steam chat a minute. So in this heat so far, I think we're waiting on one driver to join the lobby, I believe. So we can't start yet until that person. I think we're supposed to have Primero, Court, Spiky and Stroke, but we don't know where Stroke is, so we're waiting for him so we can get started. But predictions for this heat: Court came very close last week and was in the running to possibly win the heat as well, but he needs to keep up on his consistency, and I'm sure he can do very well. He's an esports finalist, so hopefully this may be a track that is maybe suited to him. You never know, it could be one of his favourite tracks, so it could suit him better than Hell last week. So we'll have to wait and see about that. So this is going to be intense, and hopefully we'll have some smooth races. Now if we get any green light bugs like we did last week, this can't be avoided, unfortunately. It's probably due to the ping of the drivers, so it is completely out of our hands. So if you see a session restarting, then you'll know why it's restarting. So just the heads up on that one, because it happened quite a lot last week, so fingers crossed it shouldn't happen this week. So keeping our fingers crossed for that. And I think whilst we're waiting for our last driver to join the lobby, I'm actually going to find some facts about Loheac, the Rallycross track, because it's a track that's close to my heart and it is really good. It has got some very tricky corners. It's got a tricky Joker lap as well, so they got to approach it with ease. The last 2017 winner was John and Christopherson. That was the first winner, and second place was Sebastian Loeb. I need to double check who won this year's, but the fastest lap around Rallycross was a 36.0 in 2017. But in Dirt 4, I've seen people, I think, go a bit faster than that. So, because I think we've seen people go in the 32. So, it just shows how high the caliber is in AOR Dirt 4, really, and in Rallycross in general. Because Rallycross definitely has that. So, yeah. So, that is cool. So, that is one interesting fact that we had about Loheac. And I'm just going to see if I can find any more. And what the 2017 winner found was it was an amazing feeling to win in front of the Rallycross fans. He found the conditions to be very tricky, but the team gave him the perfect car in every heat, and the atmosphere there was great. So hopefully the atmosphere will be good in Loheac tonight for these drivers. The podium will probably feel special for these drivers, especially the people who were close to it last time. And yeah, we're still waiting on a stroke. There we go. We've got the driver. I think we're about to get underway. We're just going to wait until he selects his car before we can get underway. So we have all the drivers that are about to race, which is good news for us. So I am literally so pumped. Last week's race was very close with some close battles. So hopefully we can get some close battles again today. So I need to ready up. There we go. So we're going to move to the action then. Now, a little bit about the track itself. It is quite a short track and a very difficult joker lap. And at the start, the weather conditions for this heat is heavy rain. So the drivers are going to be all in it to try and make sure they can battle it. But at least the tricky conditions are out of the way. Once they've done this heat, they won't need to worry about the rest of the heats. And especially if they haven't done this track before, they're going to find it tricky. Now, I find this track quite tricky in the rain, so I wonder how these people are going to find it. But we produced some great action today in the past in these leagues. I've found this track actually quite fun to drive around here because of the fact it has a lot of straights, and I find turning and doing the handbrake and stuff a little bit easier. Maybe the drivers here will find it a lot easier as well, but you never know. I haven't driven in this track in heavy rain. I've driven it in the light rain, but never in the heavy rain before. So, should be interesting. So, we're waiting for the last few drivers to set up, so they can set up their cars, obviously. And hopefully the practice they have done is paid off. So, I'll go for who is in the heat. Once again, we've got Court, Spiky, Stroke, and Primero. So, we'll wish them guys the best of luck. So we're about to get underway as we are on board with Primero in the Seat, and we've got Stroke alongside with Court on the side of Stroke and Spiky on the other side. So should be interesting. Oh, we've got a green light bug by the looks of things. Yes, we have. So they're going to retire from the race, unfortunately. So I'm gutted that the race started with this bug, but very interesting. It keeps happening at the start, so we will have to, we're just waiting for people to retire. Or are they? I don't know if they're retiring or not. Doesn't look like they're not. I think they're not getting the memo that they need to retire at the moment. So it's restarting the lobby. We're going to restart. So if any of those guys are watching the stream right now, retire from the race, we're restarting. So they might be watching the stream and be like, yeah. Well, let me go to this actually, because as you can see right now, we are still waiting on this guy to retire. Stroke. He doesn't know if he can retire. I'm gonna. Actually, no, I can't message him at the moment. Right, let's go back a second. Let's go back. Hopefully this doesn't happen again. So interesting. Oh, someone. I was going to say some interesting. Oh, I thought one person hasn't retired, but they are still driving. Oh my God. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the sponsors whilst we're waiting for the lobby to restart. So basically, we are powered by Elgato and Thrustmasters, two main sponsors. And Elgato provide the amazing Stream Deck, which I'm currently using right now. And it's been an absolute lifesaver when it comes to my streaming. And I do recommend you guys get it. And there's also a HD60S capture card, which is out at the moment. And I strongly recommend, if you want to record highlights, if you have a console, for example, then that is much to see. So I'm just seeing a second if I could be re-invited. Oh no, I might need to join off someone. And also Thrustmaster provides so many good wheels as well that some of these drivers use in these leagues today. So I surely recommend you get those as well. And GT Amiga Racing, it was our recent partner that we have got partnership for, and that's great to see as well. And we also launched our brand new website on AOR of ApexOnlineRacing. It's phase 1. It's phase 1 of the website. There's still loads of new features that are going to be introduced over the coming weeks. So if you want to know what they are, make sure you keep it locked to Twitter for the next few weeks to find out what, because I don't know what is going to happen with that. And if you haven't seen the new site is looking absolutely amazing. It gives a clear idea of what the leagues are all about, and it also gives us a clear idea. Oh, where's Stroke? And it also gives people a clear idea. Oh no, that was close. I thought I was going to be in a car there. That would be a disaster and a half. So if you are liking the content on AOR as well, please don't forget to click the little heart button. We've still got amazing leagues that we broadcast every week as well. So we've got F1 2018 league starting in about 2 or 3 weeks time, and that should be fun. And if you want to sign up for that, interest thread is up. Not sure when the sign up thread is up, but I think once the new patch comes out, I think they're going to test it online again. And then if that's okay, I think that's when the sign up thread is going to go up, because we don't want to do any lobbies with any glitches or anything. So that is why it is a bit longer than before. So we'll have to wait and see. So I do believe we're about to get underway. So here we go. Hopefully no green light bugs this time. Stroke is not. So hopefully we will see if this works. We're keeping our fingers crossed. So no Stroke in the lobby, but we have everybody else ready to go. Oh, fuck. Second time this has happened. And it's another green light bug in Dirt 4 in Apex Online Racing. This is like the 3rd week it has happened. Apologies about it, guys. You would be expecting some racing, but you haven't got much racing at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. So another restart is in order. So hopefully, I think it's usually 3rd time lucky, but at least whilst we're on board with Spiky, we get a little closer look of how the track is laid out. So, and you get a little bit of a closer look. Obviously the cars will be going faster. I think I might have jinxed it. I said, oh, I think we'll see some great overtakes. And then look, this happens. Now this corner I usually find quite tricky, but to be honest, I prefer driving in this than ever, when the bug's fixing itself. So 3rd take 3 of this. I'm not surprised, to be honest, that this is happening. Hopefully we can get some racing underway soon. And I'm gonna be more optimistic this time. I am positive, 100% positive, that it's gonna work this time. So we're gonna get some good racing, and yes. Fingers crossed. So apologies about the technical issues that you're suffering. If you just joined us and if you were expecting some racing, but we haven't received some racing yet due to the green light bug people have been having. So hopefully one more time and hopefully it could work. If not, we'll see if we can join another lobby. Because I think another lobby is ready to go. So I think we're going to try this lobby one more time, and if this doesn't work, we can escort ourselves to the other lobby, basically. No, it's not my fault, John. Oh my god, Isa is doing loads of banter in the chat right now. And Strokes just rejoined us. That is brilliant. We've got everybody now. Oh, yeah, we have got everybody. That's all good. I thought we were missing people, but we weren't. Now, it's not my fault. It wasn't my fault, John. Shut up. Right, so hopefully third time lucky in this heavy rain conditions. I am predicting some close driving, especially from Primero and Court. We could see some close overtakes from them, but Stroke has also been proven to do very well in the heats as well, so don't count him out. And Spikey's done well as well, so it's going to be a very close heat when we get this race underway. So it is going to be slightly delayed because we've still got 2 more lobbies to run after this one. I don't think, I thought it was due to the ping, but obviously it's not. So, yes, Nigel, I have heard of the commentator's curse. That's why I'm not going to say anything about a lobby or anything from now until it starts. How about that? Oh my god. And Smoking Puppy says his party rings that he's eating have broken due to the fact that... Oh my god. Right, we're about to get underway then and set up then for this first race of the first heat. Who is going to be victorious? Is it going to be Spikey? Is it going to be Primero? It's going to be no one at this race. Oh my god, we never seen a lobby where it's been 3 times and the bug just goes pfft. And Stroke is just keeping going. Stroke, if you're watching the stream, retire. I didn't say anything this time. I didn't. What is going on with this game tonight? I can tell you. Oh my god. Oh my god. I think at this rate I will have to join another lobby. By the looks of things. But that's okay. I will join it at some point. Yeah, Nigel's invited me. So the first lobby has been postponed. But we've got our second lobby with a new set of drivers ready to begin. So I'm just ready to join this lobby. So I'm joining it right now. 4th time's a charm, hopefully. So, we've got Nigel, Ping, and Jogan in this lobby right now. So we got our second race. Not sure what's going to happen with the first race. Possibly we might get a new host, but we don't know right now. But this lobby should run fine. I am 100% confident this time. I am not leaving anything to chance. So here we go. If you just joined us, hello and welcome to Dirt 4 Round 2 in Rallycross. We are in Loheac in France. Loheac, Bretagne, as it was well known. It's a 0.66 mile track, and it's probably one of my favourites to drive in the game, to be honest. And hopefully a fan favourite for the drivers as well. Now, if you are expecting some racing, unfortunately we had three attempts and all 3 of the lobbies failed to start. But I'm feeling confident that this one is going to start and we're going to get some racing underway. So we've got Nigel, Ping and Jogan racing in this lobby. We've only got 3 in this lobby due to the fact that we've got less runners that are racing tonight. So let's get underway and see what happens this time. Are we going to get some clean racing? Are we going to get a lobby underway? I pray. I hope so. You're probably going to hear a massive scream from me if it does. No. Oh my God. 4th time? Really? Definitely commentator's curse. That was definitely my fault. That's got to be another commentator's curse that I see one. So, yeah. 4th time in a row. I don't know what is happening tonight. To be honest with you, with these glitches. To be honest, F1 2018 had less glitches than this, to be honest. I'm actually saying the truth right now. I'm actually speaking the truth. I've been told by Nigel not to say anything about the lobby now. Otherwise I'll get told off and keeping my fingers crossed for that one. And right, I need to ready up again. Oh, I've kept the scene the same. And these are quite, it's going to be, I think it's quite smooth in the dry, but in the wet, you can find the drivers to be quite struggling for grip. So that's why it's very important to get a good start. And don't forget the braking distances are doubled in these type of conditions because it is heavy rain. Just like in real life, of course. So we are expecting these guys to be extremely close with some overtaking. Nigel is hoping to see if he can overtake Aita and possibly win the round tonight. So probably between those two and also possibly Court and Stroke as well in Primera in the mix. So we can see a lot of these drivers fighting for the win today. So here we go, attempt number 5 of the first race of France. And we are underway finally for the first race in Loheac, and Nigel's got to a very good start with Jogan not that far behind. This is looking to be extremely tense stuff from the pattern, riding on board with Jürgen right now. Like we said earlier, some great moves, opportunities to overtake. Jürgen has decided to take the Joker lap quite early on as well. Ping, probably one of the slow drivers, so we could not be expecting him to battle. So all eyes at the moment are on Serene Logic and Jürgen for the win today. So it is 5 laps around this circuit. We're on lap 2. We are expecting Nigel to possibly take the Joker lap this lap at some point, as he approaches it very clearly indeed, as he has taken the Joker lap by the sound of things. There he goes. And how far is Jürgen behind Nigel? Not that far at all. So they're both on even playing field by the looks of things, but Nigel seems to be very good on pace at the moment, so he could be the one to win it, because he's slowing down just a tiny bit, and Nigel seems to be going pace. Ping, we're really hoping, Ping, that he's gonna finish this race today. He's gone a little bit on the paddles at the moment. Puddles, why have I said paddles? I don't know. So Nigel's going to penultimate corner again. Nice slide from Nigel, absolutely under control. He's about to lap Ping right now. He's definitely controlling this race, Nigel is. We thought it was a little bit of a mistake, but no, it's fine. And to be honest, that is not the Joker lap. This is the actual track. The line behind it you just saw was the Joker lap, so I do apologise. So I think we're on lap 4. How far is Jürgen behind Nigel now? The most difficult thing of this Dirt 4 is quite hard to see the gap between these drivers. So hopefully this is something that they will fix, not fix but add to the new Dirt game, which is rumoured to come out in the beginning of 2019. But if it is, I'm definitely getting the game. As Nigel approaches the final corner, and he goes on to win the first race at the first heat. And Jürgen is in second. Ping is the last driver to complete the heat. I think he's got a minute to do it. I think he could just about do it, but we will have to find out and wait and see. And as he almost crashed into some AI, and he went into the gravel a little bit there, so that didn't help him in the slightest. Ping reminds me of myself in Rallycross. He is slow, but to be honest, I think he's better than me because he's cleaner around corners. I just go through throttle everywhere and approach walls. He keeps it clean, but I think he needs to be more aggressive at times. He finished. Here are the final results. Serene Logic in first place with a 2:45. That's a good. With Jürgen in second and Ping in third. Almost about 7 or 8 seconds separating between Serene Logic and Jürgen right now. So, what a battle that we just had. It was some interesting battles towards the beginning, but as it got towards the final few laps, Nigel was definitely increasing his pace, and he looked like he was definitely in control. So, I am going to find out from the guys what lobby I'm going to join next, because I'm not sure whether to join Primary's lobby or to join the third lobby. We shall have to wait and see. I will find out from the coordinators of the league. So you got at least a race. So Smoking Puppy 841's Rallycross tactic is to race against AI in historic prototypes. Oh, that is interesting. Are there historic prototypes in Dirt 4? I personally don't know. So, I think, if I'm right, I will probably... Sorry, I'm just trying to find out what lobby to join. Let me just look at the sticky note. Yep, he's invited me. That's all good. So, let's get underway with what was meant to be the first race. Hopefully, we can get some races from these guys. As we've got a few people about to join this lobby. Because the first race was meant to be the closest battle, but we haven't seen that yet. So, hopefully we can get these guys back in the lobby again, so we can see some very intense races from these guys. Because we could expect Corp and Primero to definitely be fighting for this win. Let me know your predictions. And yeah, it's still like prototypes. It's kind of like an interesting combo. I need to say protocol. Why did I say protocol? I don't know why. But yes, it is kind of interesting actually. And it is cool. It is cool. So, and oh, I need to spectate. That would help. There we go. So we're about to get underway again for the rerun of this first race of the first heat. We're keeping our fingers crossed in the chat, guys. Put a fingers. I don't know if there's a fingers crossed emoji in the chat, but if there is, please, you know. Nigel was explaining his thoughts about the race since he won the race. He said that the heavy rain was not fun, and he said the drifts were entirely handbrake on his part. To be honest, the drift definitely looked impressive. So you definitely used the right technique for that. So incredibly good, Nigel, on that. So we're just waiting for the drivers to get ready. So let's move back to the action then. Did we get action? More action. Lovely. So just waiting for the last driver to ready up then. As we've seen some very close overtakes in the first race. Can we see some even closer takes in the second? We shall have to find out. So we've got four racers ready to race. Who's going to come out on top? Is it going to be Court? Is it going to be Stroke? Is it going to be Primero? Or is it going to be Spiky? Let's find out. And we are underway. Finally, we can get these drivers racing. And already Primero getting the advantage. But Stroke, I believe, is leading. And oh, a costly mistake from Primero. He made contact with a Stroke and Primero and Court by the looks of things. I think Spike was one of the ones that stayed out of trouble. Unfortunately, that pushed Primero to the bottom of the field right now. But he is taking the Joker lap early. But at the moment, Stroke is your leader at the moment. And Court trying to make an overtake around the outside. Almost a bit of banging wheels there, but it's quite tricky in the wet. Looks like Court made the move done very well, so great job from Court. Spikey has also made the move done on Stroke as well, so a double overtake there. Spikey is catching up. It is getting intense indeed. I guess a lot of these drivers will be using the handbrake for these drifts, because especially in the wet. And their visibility will be quite tricky either, because it also does quite depend on what view they choose to do for this race. Personally, in these type of games, I like to use cockpit, but my view is reduced otherwise. As Spikey is taking the Joker lap, which allows Court to stretch the field. Primero is battling Stroke right now. Can Primero make the move done? He squeezes, and they're almost side by side. He is trying to catch up to Spikey by the looks of things. He's about 1 second or 5/10 of a second closing up. The battle for the lead definitely keeps changing between these guys. This is probably one of the closest heat battles I've ever seen. It's going to go down to the wire. I don't know who's leading now. It's so close. Looks like I think Spikey's in the lead. Or it might be Court. I don't know. That's how close it is. As Court has managed to keep it cleanly into turn 1 by the looks of things. Very nicely done there. We could see some more battles coming up. Let's see how far Primaro's behind Spikey. Not that very far at all. How's it between Primero and Stroke? Stroke has lost a bit of pace after that little accident. But battle between Spikey and Primero is looking to be a closer one. But Court is looking like to win with an extremely close battle. Oh my god, 0.2 of a second separating between Primero and Spikey. That's how close it was between those two. And Stroke in 4th. So each driver was in the lead at some point. That's how close it was. And I was predicting this battle to be close, and I was right. So yes, I do see these guys on level with Court, to be honest. So extremely good. Very impressed with this heat. To be honest, I think we still got one more heat to go, but it was worth the wait for this heat, to be honest. And I hope you guys were enjoying it so far. So the final heat is going to get underway. And we have got Nayan, Frankojos and Aitza in the final heat. And I will need to see who to join off of. Just give me a second, guys. And the rally season has got underway as well, which I'm taking part in. I still need to do my stage tomorrow. But sign-ups are still open for that if you're interested. So if you want to sign up for that, please make sure you give it a go, because it is fun. Even though I'm going to struggle because I haven't done rally in a long time on the game. So make sure you sign up for that. That'll be amazing. Nigel has got, I think, is hosting the next lobby, I believe. So I will join off him. There we go. So our final lobby, as I just said, of these final 3 for the first heat. So we've got Nayan, Aita, and Frankojos is just joining us as well. He was a bit worried, in fact, that he wouldn't race due to the thunderstorms that he was suffering. But he is here now, so that is good news. In the race just gone, Primero just lost over 1.5 seconds a lap. But turn 1 in Loheac is very tricky in the wet. So that is the corner where you could lose a lot of time. So that's where a lot of overtakes happen, and possibly a lot of contact as well. So it is a close one. It is a close one. I keep forgetting to spectate because I'm an idiot. But hey ho. So will this third heat be the same type of intensity as the first and the second? Because our leader, our championship leader, Isa, and our reigning champion is in this lobby. And I think we could predict Nayon to be quite hot as well. Now, the Ford, I believe, is not that fast in this track. So I think we could see it shine quite a lot here. So we've got 3 drivers lining in the start-finish straight then, ready to go and kick off. Now, I like it on my screen because the graphics I can see is someone videoing. And it was quite a coincidence, actually, because I'm videoing this. But hey-o, And we are ready to go then, and lights down, and away we going. Ita, that is a great start going into turn 1. People trying to make a move. Looks like the car in front, which is Nayan, was trying to make a move done. It looks like Ita stayed put. Oh, and looks like Nayan has taken a Joker lap. Ita hasn't. Ita not taking a Joker lap because he wanted to gain some needed positions, ready for the laps ahead. Because maybe if he gains the pace he needed, it will help him with that. So the gaps are already quite far apart between these guys. But can we see a battle between Nayan and Franco Joes emerging? Franco Joes is catching up. He lost it a bit in turn 1. He needs to brake a lot heavier for that corner. If he broke sooner, I think he would have made it. It is quite tricky in the wet, as we said. So I'm just seeing what other battles we've got. As Nayan seems to be losing it in turn 1, but I think he managed turn 1 a bit more cleanly there. Going to the Joker lap, so he's probably going to have a faster lap time this lap. As I think he's learning the braking zone, but he almost hit the gravel there. That might have cost him a little bit of time going into the final corner. But luckily he approached that with ease. Almost hit the gravel again, hitting the corner. Franco Joe is approaching turn 1 a bit more cleanly, which is quite good to see. Definitely gaining some pace at the moment, but too far ahead of the front runners to make any head or tail of it at the moment. For a lap then, Ita is already showing what he's made of. He is approaching turn 1 like he was born. He didn't need to brake too much to get it. He just broke at the right time, because obviously you need to brake sooner. And he knows when to use a brake and when to use a handbrake. And you can tell when these guys use the handbrake and when they don't, because how sharp the corners are. As Ita wins, with Nayan in second position by the looks of things, as Nayan crosses the start-finish line. As he is second, and Franco Joes going across the final corner now as he takes third position. So your final heat results then: Ita with first place, probably the fastest time of anyone, I think, by the looks of things. Nayan in second and Franco Joes in third place. So those are your heat results for race 3. So what do you make of that, guys? I hope you all think it's a great heat so far. And we try to minimise the bugs as much as possible, because otherwise, you know, because if there are no bugs, then, to be honest, every game does have a bug, so it's not that surprising. But don't say much about bugs. So, what are your predictions so far? So we've got 11 people in the chat. We've got Spikey that said in his heat he understeered so badly on his heat, which was a bit of a shame for him. And due to the fact that heat 1 started so late due to the issues, we're starting heat 2 now. We were going to have a 15-minute break, but unfortunately this didn't allow us to have the break due to the delays. So we'll get heat 2 underway now, with Primero, Court and Ping as well. I'm just going to see. So heat 2 is going to be Court, Primero, Kaping and Franco Joes. So I'm not going to ready up because we are waiting for Franco Joes. So, Court was very dominant in his heat. Can he show some dominant pace in this heat with Primero? Because I think they were close to having a battle in the last heat. So, again, I think it's going to be another close one between Primero and Court. I think Franco Jones could be very comfortably in third, but we could see Ping throw up a little bit of a surprise towards this. He could possibly gain some speed, because he definitely looks a lot faster in Loheac by the looks of things. I can tell he has been practicing. Someone is watching from Greece, AB Gamers. So, hello, welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying it so far. So, very good. So, we're just waiting for the heat to start. But I'll see if I can get the spreadsheet up to see if we can get the results from the first heat to give to you whilst we wait for it the second heat, the first race to start. So, I think between Nigel and Iceland tonight for the first heat, 3 seconds separating them. So already it just goes to show, I think, for him, Iceland is dominating. And it's already the second week, well, it's already the second round. So, extremely close indeed. So, I don't know where Franco Jones has gone. He probably thought that he's got a few more lobbies, so he thought he was taking a break or something, but no. Or it might be just a break. It might be just a break that I don't know about. So, it might be. It might be. Let me just check Discord quickly. And whilst we wait, I'm going to go through the heat results for Loheac so far for Heat 1. So, let me just go and see if it's been updated. It has been, I think. No, not for everyone yet. Not for everyone. So, once the heat results are updated, I will tell you about them. So, looks like we've got all the drivers in the lobby then ready to get going. So let's get some more racing action underway in Loheac, in France, for the Rallycross. The real-life racing drivers have raced here as well. So that's why it makes this track even more special for these drivers, because they want to replicate the success that they had for the real-life drivers. So, yeah, so it will definitely be very special. So, just to let you know, if you're watching this and you're on the PS4 platform and the Le Mans tier 1 for Le Mans has been decided, so check the forums by the way if you want to find out your tiers. Obviously for Xbox One, we've got enough for one lobby, so that was why there's just one tier for that. PC I'm not entirely sure, but again I will double check soon. But these conditions are a little bit more easier for the drivers. It's dry. But we get away just like we did in the first round. We're starting with a green light bug. Very typical. So, another delay then. Yes, I've been told to have a restart. Yes, I have been told. I'll see if I can join off him again. No, I'm installing the game, so it's alright. We'll be continuing shortly to take 2. Luckily, these drivers knew that they had to retire, so we're going to get a bit more cleanly. Looks like when I was watching, everyone pretty much oversteered in some of the corners, which it is quite tricky though in the wet, so that's why they did oversteer. So that is why. So here we go. We're gonna get underway again then, pretty shortly. So I think I should be more prepared for these streams because we could get these bugs every single week. So I am going to promise you each week I'll have a different set of facts about the track that we will be racing in, so I can read it to you during the time we're waiting for lobbies to start, because that'll be kind of interesting. Now most of the facts I found are in French, so that doesn't help matters as well. And I'm about to, that's me. I was about to sneeze. So I'm actually trying to find some facts about it, but it's all, there we go, I found it. I found some facts about Loheac. It is in Brittany, so I could actually technically get a ferry from it. So it's in Brittany, the region, and it has a population of 675 people, so not a lot. And I'm just seeing what other things it has. The town actually looks quite nice. For why it looks things, the picture I've just seen is a glorious house by the looks of things. So a lot of people do go to Brittany for their holidays. For my first trip abroad, I think I would love to go to Brittany, because it's not that far on the ferry. So that will be my aim. But enough about towns. We're about to get this underway again then, for the second attempt. Can we see some close racing between these two guys, Court and Primero? I think that's what we could be expecting right now, so we will have to wait and see. And I think we will have to wait for a bit longer because we've got another bug again. Sorry about this, guys. I think it's a thing. It always happens with the first lobbies. No, the track has a population. The country has a population. Sorry, Nigel. And it's not 600,000. It's 600. So 600. Period. That was what I was trying to say. So, time for some more facts about Loheac whilst we get this lobby underway again. And I'm just seeing if I can find some more facts about the town of Loheac for you. So, if I just can find it quickly. So, the first year of existence of the town, the population started with 400, and it gradually increased up to 2008 where it has 675, but it has been updated since, really. So, I think Wikipedia hasn't updated in ages, so I haven't got much any more facts about, that'll be amazing. So don't forget, if you're liking the AOR content that you're seeing today, don't forget to click the little thumbs up button and also turn notifications on so you know when to see a stream next. we are keeping our fingers crossed we can get this next race underway for you so we can see some racing. Fingers crossed, people in the chat. That worked last time. And if we get our good luck retrols in the chat this time, it will work. So get fingers crossed emojis or whatever, something equivalent in the chat. That will be lovely. And let me know your opinions of this, of who you think is going to win out of this. Who's going to get a good run into turn 1, especially the conditions have definitely improved. Now, it is quite cloudy, it's not sunny. So we could see extremely tense. Looks like we are underway by the looks of things. I can't really tell, to be honest, but Primero is already leading the field away as Franco Joes has gone ahead, but he's taking the Joker lap. As Kaping is going very slowly at the moment. Not sure where Court is, to be honest. Nope, it looks like we've got another restart. So I think Court and Primero have gone. Looks like our fingers crossed rituals didn't work. So it will be a lobby restart. Hopefully these guys will get the memo. Looks like they're not right now. Franco Joes, if you're watching the stream. Oh, there he goes. I don't know what to do right now. It's always the first lobbies of a heat that cause controversy. So we could see some actual racing, but I think we're going to jump to the second lobby, I think. Yes, we are. We're going to jump to the second lobby ahead of schedule then, guys. So, oh, no, I don't want to invite people. There we go. So, our second lobby then is Nigel, Stroke, and Nayan. Ready to get some racing underway in its overcast conditions. I didn't actually get a chance to see what the conditions were this heat. It is overcast. So, overcast conditions I like because it's not sunny, but that's where most of the overtakes happen. And when it's overcast, some of the track does tend to get a little bit damp. But you never know. So, Kaping has invited me, but he didn't know that I'm doing this lobby first because of the issues. So, if he's watching the stream, then that is what's happening. So we want to get some lobbies underway. So let me just check if I can actually look at the spreadsheet as well. Do. No, I can't yet. But enough about spreadsheets. Let's get this race underway. Who do you think's gonna win? Nigel and Stroke could be incredibly close. This lobby can be a close one, as we have seen in previous heats. I'm going to wait and see how these drivers do. And it is lights out and away we go. And Nigel, great start from him. But a bit of contact from both Stroke and Nayan there. But Nigel seemed to avoid that and already pulling away from the rest of the field. Oh, it was a bit of wheel contact from Nayan. Being a bit too aggressive there, but both Nayan and Stroke, by looks of things, taking the Joker lap. As Nigel has already pulled ahead. All three of them very close indeed. So, do you think Nigel has taken a gamble for taking the Joker lap earlier than anyone else? Or has the risk paid off for him. Well, we're going to find out very soon. Looks like he's pulled away quite clearly at the moment, so it looks like he's okay. Let's see how far Nayan is behind the guy in third. He's incredibly close, in fact. Look at him. He's about a bit 5/10 of a second closing up between Stroke and Nayan. So the lead may not change, but about a second can very well go down to the wire. Nayan would want to catch up to Nigel, but he'll probably be under pressure from Stroke as he is now. Stroke is, as you can see, Stroke's trying to find loads of ways to try and attack. Oh! We've had some contact, slight contact, banging wheels, but luckily their racing line hasn't been much affected, so that was good. Approaching turn 1, probably with ease in these conditions now, due to the fact it's not raining. Not much trips to the gravel for those two so far, so looking good at the moment. Nigel already in the lead by a considerable margin. The Seat is definitely looking to be the strongest car so far. What do you guys think? You are watching the stream right now. As Nigel has decided to take his Joker lap now. How far is the guys up ahead? And I think it looks like Stroke made the move done on Nayan whilst we were waiting. And oh, Nayan is going to get the switch back. Oh wait, all bagging wheels all the time. This is about and a half here right now. And let's see. Oh my god. Separated about by 5/10 of a second again. So it's definitely, and a 2:38 from Nigel. That is a good lap. That is a good lap for Nigel. So the first heat and already shows to be some pretty intense battles. So definitely amazing. Will the next heats live up to their name? We've still got Aitz's heat with Spikey and Yogun to come up as well. We could expect that to be close as well. And due to the fact that it's early afternoon in game time, it could play dividends. And I think Nigel's lap times, I think he said, could have been faster, but the shunt at the start damaged his suspension a little bit. So I was a bit worried that when he had contact with second place he had a bit of damage, but he did, which was a shame really. So I do believe I'm just going to check with Nigel which lobby to join next, just quickly. I'm just going to wait and see for you. Okay, there we go. It has told me. So hopefully the guys have been patient whilst they were waiting for their lobby to start. So all good. So we've got Primero, Court, Ping and Francojote in this lobby. And I think the shunt that Nigel had cost him about 3 to 4 tenths per lap. Nayan has apologised for the hit, which is good sportsmanship-like behaviour as well, so that's good. Very impressed with that. They're owning up to their mistakes, really. So that's good. Very impressed. So, can we see some battles here? We are about to find out pretty soon, once this lobby starts. And who's been your favourite driver in Rallycross so far? Let us know via the chat below. There's still 10 of you watching this, so thanks for you guys for keeping at it. And it is getting very tight, I think, so we could expect to see some close battles. I know I keep saying this, but hey ho. Hopefully, third time lucky for this lobby. We're keeping our fingers crossed. Not going to say much about it, but to be honest, people were joking about it earlier. Oh, if you don't say much about it, there'll be no other commentator. But I meant not saying anything about a lobby, if that makes sense. So we're just waiting for the last. I think we're waiting for Court to change his setup. Hopefully, he'll change his setup soon. So we're on Primera in the middle. We've got Franco Joes and Spikey on the other side with Court towards the edge. Who will gain the advantage here? We will have to wait and see. And lights out and away we go. Looking like to be a better start this time. Primero already pulling away from the rest of the field. But we can see Franco Joes actually not that far behind. That is looking really impressive for him. But Franco Joes already taking the Joker lap. Court now catching up to Primero now. That means Franco Joes could close up to those guys at some point. Between the top three now. Court keeping it very clean into turn one. Don't need to use much handbrake in these types of overcast conditions, which is very good to see. And I think Franco Joes is definitely not that far behind in the lead top three. So, top three evenly matched in this heat, which is, I'm very impressed with these guys. Franco Joes is definitely improving. I guess the conditions around this dry track for him is better, and he doesn't really like the wet. To be honest, who likes the wet in Dirt 4? Probably the most extreme drivers who had a lot of practice, I've got to say. But, oh, what's happened with Ping? What's he done? He's got a bit of damage there, by the looks of things. That's why he seems to be struggling, so a bit of a shame from him. But looks like, looks like Franco Joes. No, that's Ping. I thought that was Franco Joes. Confusing me with the same livery. That's why it confused me. But Court already pulling away as well. And we got Franco Joes in third. We can see the gap slowly increasing between these guys. And Primero already gaining a definite advantage here for this. Maybe it might be host advantage. I'm only joking, by the way. As well, very tight corner Primero managed to overtake there, which was very, very good for him, as he starts to get past the Joker lap, so he tried to avoid as much traffic as he can, so that was a good thing. As he finishes, he wins. Caught in second, I believe. And Franco Joes is about to cross the start-finish line in third. And I do believe Ping is a lap down, so he'll be starting his final lap pretty soon as well. Again, that was very close. I almost got a screen freeze there. That would have been a disaster for me, wouldn't it? I think, oh, Ping has messed it up on the gravel. That's a bit of a shame at the moment. But he's definitely a little faster in this track, I've got to admit. Definitely very good. To be honest, I don't know how I'm going to do in rally tomorrow. But we'll have to wait and see. As we got our race results then. Primero in first by 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Court in second. Francadro's in third and Ping in fourth. Now I forgot what Nigel's time is, but Primero and Nigel's time is incredibly close. Don't forget, the heats are not decided by the standings. It's decided by lap times. So Nigel was a 2:38. So Nigel's the fastest out of those so far. So Nigel's the one to beat, but I think the only one that could stop Nigel is the beautiful Aita. Why did I say beautiful? I don't know. Looks like we're still ahead of schedule at this rate, so that's all good. So let me spectate again so I can ready up. There we go. So our final race for the second heat is Yogan, Aita, and I've forgotten who else was in that heat. I should definitely be paying a bit more attention, I think, but you know. So, I wonder how these drivers are going to fare. Can Aita keep up his winning streak and win this heat as well? We shall have to wait and see. Excuse me. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. We're about to get underway then for the third race of the second heat now. We shall find out pretty soon. As we're about to get underway. And it's lights out and away we go. Good reaction times from all three of them. In fact, there's a bit of contact from Spiky and Yogan. That might have been a bit of damage for both of them. I think that's caused Spiky to lose a little bit less time. And he probably found turn 1 difficult and he's been forced to take the Joker lap earlier than intended. But maybe that was his plan anyway. Due to those two battles, that's allowing Isaac to go way ahead at the moment right now. So, extremely close indeed between the two in behind, but between Aita, I don't think. Aita is the one that I think is the one to beat right now. It's probably the Joker lap that Spikey's done, took early. Definitely helped him. And that's forced Yogan. Actually, Spikey's actually right behind him. No, he's right behind him. I thought, but that was Aita I just seen, so. Oh my god, it's going to be close indeed between these two. So they go down to the wire as Spikey's going to see if he can try and make a move. Oh, a slight mistake going into there. Was he able to side a bit earlier? But we'll have to wait and see there. How do they do it? Approaches so cleanly and with ease. I have full respect for these drivers to do this. Oh, I made a mistake from Spikey hitting the gravel there. That probably would have cost him a bit of lag from the guy in front, from Yogan. That cost him quite a lot, which was a bit of a shame. As Aita is still in the lead. No one behind him, so he's definitely having some clean air right now. Michael hacks, jokes. As Yogan is slowing down for some reason. Maybe he wants to have a battle with Spikey. Maybe we could see Spikey right behind him. He is closing in, which is very good to see right now. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Who you think is going to win this battle for second? Is it going to be this guy or Spikey? No. looks like it was Yogan's to take then. So, oh, no, I don't want championship standings. There we go. So, Aita won this 2:35. That is fast as anything. That is a stonk of a lap. Impressive for him. So he wins the second heat then. 2 heats in a row. That's incredible lap time. I don't know how he does it, but he just controls this. He knows this track from the back of his hand, which definitely what helped him today. Something you don't know about. Nigel, I said it by chance. I said it because I was trying to think of a word to say, and it just came out, so I'm sorry about that. So, we are about to start the final heat pretty soon. A bit later than sooner. Nigel said he would have been closer to Isa without the damage. To be honest, I think he would. But hey ho, that is heat for ya. As Nigel is just about to enter the heat results. And that is good. I think someone has invited me to another lobby, which is good, I think. Let me just wait and see. Yes, he has. They are on it with lobbies tonight. I'm impressed with these coordinators, these officiators. They work hard to try and make sure these lobbies run smoothly and try to minimise the green light bugs as much as possible. What the? What has happened? Why? They gotta make the lobby again. What is going on? Primero's gotta make the lobby again. Right, just look. Just look. He has accidentally changed the class to full Fiesta supercar lights. Bless him. So hopefully he'll change the class pretty soon. But there we go. We're back. There we go. We're back to normal. We're changing the cars. That's all good. Sorry, I just had to show you that because, to be honest, I never drove in those type of the rallycrosses that you just seen it just a few seconds ago. I never driven that, so I might give it a go, you know, but after the stream, of course. So the final heat, it's Isa's to lose, but everyone else is to gain. Who's going to win it? We've got Primero, Court, Spiky. No, we've got Court, Spiky, Nayan, and Frank in this heat. And I need to ready up. We've got a bigger heat right now. So we shall have to wait and see what happens. Nigel's got some catching up to do, but I think by the looks of things, it looks like Isa's win is comfortably there for this heat because it is decided by lap times. And I will go through each heat results turn by turn as well, going through this, so we shall find out. Again, apologies for the technical difficulties. Not going to say much about it though, but we shall have to wait and see for that. So we're about to get underway then. Here we go. More conditions that these guys would want, so we could expect to see some faster lap times. Who is going to come out on top? We shall have to wait and see. And for the first time, the first lobby in Heat 3 has had no issues. And already we've got some battles nailed to the wire, especially with Court and Nayan. Nayan being a bit too aggressive though, I think. A bit of touching wheels from Spiky, that's allowing Court to go ahead. Spiky is taking a Joker lap. I nearly said Joker lap. Oh my god. But anyway, Nayan might have lost a bit of pace there, but let's see how far behind he is for third. As Spiky is trying to close in at the back. It's getting very intense indeed. It's easier to overtake. He is drifting quite nicely, in fact. Let's see what happens. A bit another bang wheels. Don't forget the battle that we're seeing now is allowing Court to stretch his gap a little bit more. So maybe that has played dividends for him. Another chance for Spiky to get the overtake done. He thinks better of it now. He wants to keep it clean. He wants to make sure he doesn't touch wheels or anything. Oh, a bit of a lock-up spin from Nayan. Nayan has got the Joker lap. I do believe Spiky's already taken the Joker lap by the looks of things. So that's gave an advantage for Spiky. But again, Nayan not that far behind. It's about 0.2 per second separating between these guys at the moment. And let's see who is behind Nayan. It is Franco Joes in last place. But the battle we're seeing right now is all between Nayan and Spiky right now. Spiky, I think, managed to get ahead of Nayan. Some very controllable slides from Spiky, very good. He is looking to do well. I think it's one of his stronger tracks by the looks of things, because he's making not much mistakes. And good for him, as Franco Joes is in last place. But we've got our final results for the first race of the final heat. Court has won, with Spiky in second. Franco Joes in third. No, Nayan in third and Franco Joes in fourth place. Lap time's really fast this time. So we could see Court maybe throw spanner in the works and possibly win the heat. But we will see. We shall see for this one. Second heat now. It is. Oh, Yogan. Oh, no, yeah. Yogan, Aitza. Yeah, Yogan and Aitza and Nigel. So we just got 3 people in this heat. So we are going to join this heat then. And I'm going to join off Nigel. So here we go. Doopy doopy. Oh, it's not letting me join. Join. There we go. Eventually got there, lads. Eventually got that. Aitza, don't watch the bit where I say about you. It was unintentional. Nigel, oh no. We're not doing the second race then. I thought it was meant to be Nigel. Oh, I've got a message. Hold on a second. Get back to Primero. He only put 4 laps instead of 5. Oh, so we will have to redo the first lobby again. Because he done 4 laps instead of 5. Oh my god. We thought we were going to have a trouble-free lobby. But no. But no, I was wondering why it was faster lap times. I was wondering. So we'll have to restart this again. Apologies. But maybe we can see people living up to the full at the moment. I need to spectate, and so does Primero. Everyone is choosing their vehicle right now. So we're about to get underway again for 5 laps. Let's see who is closer this time. This might put a bit more pressure on the guys that were close in the first lobby that we just did. You will never know with these types of situations. So here we go then. Take 2. But this time, we're going to get 5 laps in. Keeping our fingers crossed that 5 laps was set up. So We're swapping round 2 and round 3 since round 2 decides the event first place. That is what's going to happen. So, we're about to get underway then for take 2. This time with 5 laps full of action, and we are underway. An even start from all 3 of them. All 3 of them been bagging wheels. Looks like Neon has got the advantage here this time, with Court in second. Court making a little bit of a mistake there, but he is closing in. Spikey just taking the Joker lap, using it to his advantage right now. But they can still be incredibly close, as Court is not far behind from him now. And we've got Franco Jones joining in the action as well. So all 4 of these drivers evenly matched right now, as Neon is already pulling away. Oh my god, I forgot to change it. I'm so sorry. So you saw a bit of radio AOR for a minute there. Radio AOR 97.7. No, you don't get any more. So, as Court is trying to see if he can make the move on Spikey, done. Can he do it? Going into turn 1. Approaching it very well. All 3 of them separated by about 1 or 2 seconds right now. Which is going to be interesting when some of them decide to take Joker laps in future. As it looks like there's a train forming as well. We've seen a lot of dirt, literal dirt, approaching with spray at the moment. But they are approaching fast acceleration speeds at these type of conditions. People watching in the grandstand can be expecting it to be quite hot, which I expect them to be. So, and we've got all 3 of these then start to approach it with good ease as much as possible. Banging, oh, and contact with Spikey and Neon. Now Neon and Court are fighting for first place, but what has happened to Spikey? Oh, he's lost a bit of the suspension, and his back bumper, that definitely costed him. Thank God we didn't have any screen problems. That was a huge mistake. That's allowed Court to go up and win this race. What a drama and a half for the last lap. Absolutely incredible. Probably the closest in the first attempt. Yes, ouch. So, Court in first, Neon in second. Spikey would have been in contention with the top 3, but that was a bit of issues. And Franco Jones in 4th. I hope you guys were seeing this, because that was extremely intense right now. So, let's join the second lobby. I think it's been switched around due to the fact the second one does that. So, I do believe it's Primero, Ping and Stroke, I believe, is the next lobby, if I'm mistaken, Nigel. So we will, yes, to be honest, I think a lot of you guys will be watching this lobby afterwards just to see what happens. Yes, I will as well, because that was very close. Very close. And just to let you know, anyone that's followed AOR Twitter, if you're an iRacing fan, the GTE iRacing League is back for Season 4, and sign up for that are now open. So if you want to sign up for it, oh, I've been unable to join for some reason. Hold on a second. So make sure you sign up if you're a big iRacing fan. because they are looking for more sign-ups. So, here we go. I managed to rejoin the lobby this time. I had a few issues. Oh. We're about to get underway. We've got Stroke, Ping and Primero racing this time. These pretty much, the final race pretty soon will pretty much decide who gets first, but we'll have to wait to see what goes on with this heat first. Like we said, if anyone's up for it, we will have an interview for the first place winner to see his thoughts. But we'll have to wait and see for that one. As we're about to get underway, and I'm going to switch the scenes before we get started, because otherwise I'll forget, and I don't really want to forget, and I had an absolute faff right now. So, and I've just said faff on an AOR stream, probably the first time. Probably Hayden will be happy that I said that, but... So, about to get underway again, but this time with 3 different drivers. Who is going to come out on top? We shall have to wait and see. And it is lights out and away we go. And off a brilliant start from Primero. Again, banging wheels from the 2 guys quite close ahead. Stroke is in second with Ping in third. Now Nigel's in the 3rd race. That's why he was spectating. So. Primero already pulling up a massive gap, but let's see how far. Yeah, he's already stretching the gap a little bit, but I won't be surprised if the guy in 2nd place can close up. Let's see where he is now. Stroke is approaching it very clearly, in fact, but he is a little bit far behind. And just to let you know, we've got an something from race control, from the stewards, that the investigation between Nayan and Spikey will be investigated after the race. So, just to let you know on that one, the AIA, the Apex International Agency, AIA, as we call it, but we've still got some battles that we're seeing here. Let's see where Primero is compared to Stroke. Primero is already miles ahead at the moment. Way ahead. So it's definitely looking like an easy heat race win for him. But don't forget, if you're just watching the stream right now, it is not down to where they finish, it's about the lap times. So it's very crucial that they get the lap times nailed to perfection, and they can pretty much do this with ease. As Primero does this lap very well, Stroke I think Easy will get 2nd by the looks of things. So he's got some clean air, but not as strong as pace as Primero would be. And Ping is making sure he gets the car home. That is his aim. So if he gets the car home, he'll still get some points. Although I think he's already been lapped by Primero by the looks of things. If Primero wins this race, Ping has still got 1 more lap to complete, which he's got to complete in a minute. Which he will soon as well. So, keeping our fingers crossed for that one. So, I think it looks like Ping is going to finish this, by the looks of things. And he does. So, race results. Ping got a 5-second penalty, which didn't matter in the slightest. Primero, 1st place with Stroke in 2nd and Ping in 3rd. So, we now move on to the final heat, which will decide who is going to come out on top. We shall have to wait and see for this one. It's going to be very intense, as we said. No, I wasn't meant to do that. And oh my god, did I not record the last race? I might have forgotten, you know. What an idiot. But I'm going to join the last lobby then. Doopy doop. So let me just spectate. There we go. So this is the lobby that will decide who wins. Who wins the round? We shall have to wait and see. It is all to play for these guys. Isa was looking to be the one that will be dominant. Phew, luckily I did stream the race just gone, so that was good. That was good. That was brilliant. So will Isa make it to round 1 in a row? Or will Nigel nip at his heels? Nigel's got to pull up a sensational lap time in order to stand a chance of beating him. So basically, I think Isa needs to be last in order for Nigel to stand a chance of winning. Because Isa's won 2 heats so far, I think. Yeah, Isa's won 2 heats. So basically, it is Isa's to lose. And he's got to do well. But Nigel won't let this go without a fight. So let's get this underway then. I'll change scenes so you can all see the race of the century. We've got Nigel on one side, Jürgen on the other, Isa on the other. All these 3 are one of the strongest, I think, in this Rallycross. So this is going to be a very close heat between these 3. And we're underway. Nigel and Isa very close. And a bit of bagging wheels again between Nigel and Isa. I think Nigel, bit of a slide from him. That didn't help him that much. That allowed Isa to overtake him, and he's in the lead. I think Nigel's gone for the Joker. Yes, he has. Them 2 not that far behind now. Isa the only one not to take the Joker lap, so maybe that might not have benefited him in the slightest, but you never know. As Nigel now starts to close in and take every moment he got from this. Isa not deciding he wants to. I think what Isa's strategy is at the moment is to try and gain as much pace as he possibly can. But I think Nigel is also under pressure from the guy in 3rd as well. Them separating by between 1 and 2 seconds, so literally anyone in this heat can win this. That's how close it is between these guys. Again, Isa, I think, decided to take the Joker lap at the last available moment, which probably might have helped him ever so slightly. I think Jürgen is closer to Nigel than Nigel's closer to Isa. So, Sween Logic is Nigel, by the way. And is Isa taking his Joker lap? Yes, he is. And oh, Isa's just come out in front almost. About to close in then. Can Nigel overtake Isa in the final lap? He's got a few more chances to do it. Looks like Jürgen has lost a bit of time, so it's all up to Aita and Nigel right now. Aita definitely gaining a lot more pace, but Nigel doing ever so well to catch up to him. Maybe that mistake in the first turn has costed him, as Nigel's gone on to win. And Jürgen in third. Probably Jürgen will score some very good points because 2:41 is still an incredible lap time. So, Aita wins Loheac. So he's won the second round in a row. No one can stop him. His winning streak is there. Can anyone stop him next week in Leiden Hill, which is the next track, I believe. So, I am going to switch scenes. There we go. And I'm going to do this a second. There we go. So you can hear him. And join the Discord and go in the commentary box. Just so if Aita is available for interview, he can. Unless there isn't any investigations. If you want. He can only join if he wants to. He doesn't have to. But it would be nice too for him to do an interview to see how he feels. I will definitely be asking questions about the final heat for him, because it must have been very intense for him. So just one moment. And we are just about to get the results for each heat. Won't be decided much down the field due to the investigation for Spikey and co. So we will have to wait and see for that one. As for that, I'm going to close my Dirt 4. It's been some very interesting battles. Luckily the last heat didn't throw any green light bugs at us, so that was good. Dirt 4 behaved itself for the last heat. GG. GG. So sorry about this, guys. We were just waiting for not Nigel, Aita to join the interview box, and he is in the waiting for interview box. So I'm going to just drag him in. There we go. Aita, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Second win in a row, pretty much. Well done to you. Expect the last heat must have been extremely tense for you, because you were thinking that win was dominant, but you had some battles to overtake, especially with Nigel. Tell us what was going through your mind in that final heat.
Well, obviously, Serene Logic is a very good competitor, and we battled for the championship last year. I knew what I was up against. I was on the inside for the start, which is not the best place to start at Loheac.
Yeah.
So I thought, I had a funny feeling he would try and make a move around the outside at turn 1. So I tried to sort of play my cards right into the hairpin, and if I'm correct, he went for the Joker. So it was definitely very, very close, and that certainly got my heart rate up. And, but I think generally the fields in this circuit has got really close. There's a lot of people within a couple of tenths of a second, and it's provided some really great racing. It's been fantastic. But I have to really thank Veloce Primero, my teammate, because a couple of hours before the event started, he gave me a setup and told me to try it, and it worked. So I have to really thank him for that, because I was looking around for a setup frantically before the event.
Wow, that was very good for that. I think that must have paid off, despite the issues that we've had with the green lights. But it shows that the championship for the team championship is still wide open, and it's not just about the drivers, it is about the team championship as well, isn't it?
Yes, it is, and with two teams so evenly matched, it's going to take a mistake from somebody to split them apart, I think. Obviously, Court and Serene Logic have always been pretty close in pace, so I always know that if I make a mistake, they're right there to snap up the victory. But then again, Primero is improving every single week, so I think it's going to be a really close battle, and I really don't think that the Drivers' Championship can be even thought about at the moment, because I know how much they can bring a result out of the bag.
It could be people having some stronger tracks, maybe. You could maybe have a track that you falter in, but I'm not saying that it might happen, but
well, you say that, but last year we had the perfect example at Liddon Hill, where I had a collision with Serene Logic in the final, and that dropped me a load of points, and it threw the championship wide open. So it can happen, and I'm pretty sure that it will happen with so many people so close in pace.
Yes, especially the last heat was very, very close as well. So I'm very looking forward to seeing what happens in the future. What will be your strategy going into next week? Will you and your teammate be looking at setups together, do you think?
I think as teammates you always have to look at setups and race strategy and racecraft together. That's part of being a team, really. But yeah, of course, we share setups and we share tips on how to be fast around a certain circuit or a certain corner. But I think it's just generally understanding what everybody's going to be doing, and if we're in the same race, to try and not impede each other too much.
Yes, that is very important, I think, to do that. And do you think Serene Logic might close up to you in the championship, or is it going to be other people try to fight for the championship as well? Because I think Court was quite close as well. So
I think both of them have a really good chance. I know how quick they are, so as I said, if I make one mistake, I'm sure they'll be there to capitalize on it. So yeah, I think that they're improving, but then again, everybody else is improving, so
yes,
we might have a new contender at the end of the season for wins. We don't know that, so it's really good at the moment.
They're evenly matched, and that's what I like about this, because we've seen Franco Joe's come into his own as well throughout the heat, so that was good. And Ping was a bit faster as well in the heats as well, so he's improving.
Yeah, he finished the races, and congratulations to him, because he was really struggling in the first round, and now he's finishing races. He's definitely improving a lot. Also, Spikey also gave Court a good run for his money in a couple of heats, so I think he's one to watch out for as well.
Yes, and if you finish, I think due to the amount of runners that are running, you still get points in the championship. So as long as you finish, you get points. So, because I think his team is still doing well, even though he is last. So this could definitely help with the team championship as well. So, any final thoughts to say before we wrap up the stream?
I think I can only say it's all to play for, really, at this stage. So I think stay tuned for the next round, and I'm sure something else will crop up to throw a spanner in the works.
As I was saying with the next round, unfortunately I won't be there because I will be away on holiday. But I will keep you guys informed in the next stream. Well, the next stream I do, who wins that. So hopefully we'll have some POVs of that. So thank you guys for watching the stream. A bit longer than intended, but we eventually got there. And it was very fun, but I think Leiden Hill could bring some very good battles. We could see some new leaders. Could we see Aita keep up his winning streak, or could he be like last year where he bottles it? But you won't find out until 2 weeks time what happens, unless you check Twitter. So I've been JessGames95, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.